Hello everyone, this is Lord of Lost again. We are going to do a commentary for a kill event. Now, I've already pre-recorded this video to help make things go a little smoother. Hopefully you like it. And I just want to get some feedback on it. So let's get started. So above you'll see two different cities, right? This entire thing was dedicated to helping Alliance members so that they could get points for kill event, right? Now, right now, there's not much going on. Now, I did get a notification that there's a fight going on, so let's go check that out, and we'll start from there. Alright, so I didn't have any teleports, so what we're going to do is we're going to get some real quick, and then we're going to jump into it. Now, my original idea was to come over here and help out with whatever it is they're doing, but then I realized, well, they're already done, so I'm just going to move on from there. And I'm like, you know what? How about I've already got the teleports. Why not have some fun, right? So I could have let him go back and claim those resources. Not the best judgment on my part, but I wanted to just jump in there because I didn't know if he was going to port off or not. So I just sent out some casual troops, and I know a lot of people are going to hate because my troops aren't the best. Well, it's not my focus in the game. My focus is more so research and getting that tech tree up there. At some point I will, but not now. I just don't care about it. Now, this is where everything seems like your normal average duel, right? Not really anything going on, except for then they start popping out. So I've got 3 marches out there, and they're gonna match it with their 3 marches. Most likely something that's gonna counter me, because that's pretty typical and the smartest move. Well, in about a few seconds here, yep, there it is, you'll see the person that's above wanted to join in, which, perfectly fine. Well, I'm realizing, you know what, I should fall back and get this fight closer to my city so I can do pop-out attacks. Well, that's exactly what I did. So, since they're all focused on my Constantine, which is a smart move, considering Constantine is pretty beefy and really debuffs a lot, I decided to get everyone back and regroup, because I realized that this is not going to be a one-on-one. This is going to end up being a two-on-one. So I get my army to match theirs, and it looks like they're about to join in, so I send out 2 more. And this is just all fun and dandy. Now, some people made some comments that my commanders are pretty bad. Well, 5-5 Constantine really isn't that bad. And in all fairness, I'm not taking this seriously. The kill event right now is for El Cid, which I really don't need. It's something you can unlock easily from the tavern, and you'll get it eventually with time. So there's no point in boosting up an event for something like that. So right here is where I decided, you know what, I'll give 1 army to each of them, right? And I've got a not maxed out, pretty broken Richard. The first skill is 3, and then it's some odd sets, but it's getting there. And that's going against the top army, which his power level is about 44 million at the time of this video. And then the person below, which is at, I want to say close to my level, if not a little bit more. I think they were 38 million, which you'll see later on in the video what their actual power level is. Now, person down below was throwing some hate out in Kingdom chat, and naturally I threw some back, but what are you gonna do? It's a war game. So, with that being said, I'm just having fun. Now, what you won't notice right now is that my hospitals are filling up. I'm getting really involved in this fight. I'm not really focused on it too much anymore, and I'm getting like drawn into it. So now, as you can see, it's I like to say sharks in the water. They smell blood, they're out to get it. So they're gonna just start swarming me, like completely swarming me. And keep in mind, my commanders are pretty bad. I know the one below me, he definitely migrated in because he has maxed out commanders that aren't even open in this kingdom yet. I'm a migrant as well, so I'm not complaining. It's just commentary, so I'm commenting. Let's see. In a moment here, you should see I come out and I'll start getting notifications that my hospital's filling up. I don't notice that at all. And also you'll notice that when I click around on stuff, BlueStacks user, it's not centered on what I'm clicking. That's because the screen resolution is different than what I'm recording in. So just keep that in mind. So this is where it gets crazy, right? This is just an all-out focus. Now they realize my Richard is a bit stronger, so naturally the smart move is to shift focus off of him and just leave him alone because he's just a tank, right? Well, that's exactly what they did. They go towards my Constantine art, which really has so many buffs and debuffs, it's not even funny. It's ridiculously strong. So they focus on him, they focus on Khan, and they're just knocking him down, completely ignoring it. First fate changer, that should have been assigned to check my hospitals. I didn't. And at this point, I'm just cranking them out, like, here, have fun. I'm enjoying this. This is a lot of fun for me. And I'm sure, hopefully, these two are having some fun too. Now, you'll notice my Martel is going to get melted. When my Martel gets melted, that's when you'll notice I'll start taking just pure deaths. Sun Tzu's about to go off. Defeat, right? Now they're going to focus the Martel. Now, there it is, look. Hospital's almost filled. I have not seen this at all. I've completely ignored it. I don't know how I did that. Maybe tunnel vision. But when I send this next army out, Martel should die. And that's pure deaths at that point. Then there he goes. Defeat. Now, hospital's full. Look at the health. These are pure deaths. Not wounded, nothing, just gone. Am I upset about this? No. Do I regret making that mistake? Maybe. I didn't take too many. I think it was around 50,000 deaths. Now I don't know. When I first saw that scout, I thought it was just him poking at me, right? So I sent another scout back. I'm wondering if there was like he was trying to say, "Hey, you got deaths. Check your reports." That other notification, didn't notice it either. So I sent it out, another army, and now I see the notification. I'm like, wait a minute. So it's at this point, and I'm just like, oh, what have I done? And I'm just looking to hopefully not see 100,000 deaths. And I don't, so I'm relieved at this point. And this is pretty much where I just end the fight after I show how much a full hospital costs, which you may think it's a lot, but it's really not. So I use up all my resources just so you can see how much this really is. And I was going to heal, but I just didn't have enough. So I fall back, regroup, and a little bit later, I get the resources from my farm. I heal up a bit, and I find out my leader, the R5 that just ported in, is going to go hit some cities that have been inactive for a few weeks, and they want to clear up the land. So I'm like, you know what? Let me jump in there and help a little bit. So that's exactly what I do. So every city that you see that we're hitting, that I'm hitting, that my R5 is hitting, has been approved. 8 million power, remember that. 8 million. All these attacks have been approved, sanctioned, and are not active players. Okay? So we're not doing this to people that are still playing, to my knowledge. The one good thing about movie magic, you can just cut through it. So remember, they had 8 million power, right? Now, to some, that's nothing, but it's still a good chunk. So this is the first attack, right? This is the second swarm. And this is where I'm just taking back all my resources, because at this point the troops should be filled up with resources, so I want to claim them. Look at the top. I have 7,000, 800,000, 10 million, 11 million respectively. Now, my R5 is continuing the attack, and as you can see, remember I said 8 million before? Now they're down to 6 million. So it's a huge power loss. And I'm just sending a march out one more time. Don't even care what the units are because they're so weak it doesn't even matter. Um, this is just a pure resource grab at this point. Because you gotta remember, eventually a city will disappear, but if they're inactive and they're not playing anymore, you might as well get those resources to help you and your alliance members out. And that's exactly what we're doing. So we're grabbing the resources. I think I'll attack it 2 times, and then I'll let the R5 take everything because they're the ones that originally found this and planned it. So it's not fair to just take everything, you know. And that's the finishing hit, I believe. At this point, he's been zeroed. If it's an instant victory, that means it's done. Thumbs up means have at it. Now, my R5 knows this. I don't know, it's force of habit maybe. And farm will pop out, grab some resources, see if there's anything left. Because I took a big hit. At this point, there was a little bit, so I think I took a couple marches just to grab some. Now, that city right there, um, it gets hit, but I had to cut it out of the video. It wasn't that big of a threat, so it's like, It's not really the biggest thing in the world. But you will see the reports of the deaths later on. It was significant. And we should be skipping to the next one, I believe, here in a second. Alright, so this one is a unique situation. I'm going to turn this into a learning experience. I'm not bashing anyone. But like I said about approvals, everything has to be approved. As of now, this one was a toss-up and we weren't sure. They started the attack, and I had said stop fighting. I don't know if it's a language barrier or what, but they continue to attack. Now you'll notice here in a sec, they'll realize that I'm not attacking and wonder why, and they'll stop. But the reason for this is we weren't sure if they were still active or not, and the R5 had stepped away to do something, and I was waiting for the go ahead to go do it. So I didn't attack the city, and in a moment here, you'll see they'll just start attacking again. I never got the go ahead or approval, so I just backed off. See? Still not touching the city. Now you'll see, wrong way, you'll see the city that's above over there is on fire. That one was also hit and zeroed, but it was a lower power, so it wasn't all that interesting. But you'll see the reports later when everything gets pulled up, which should be here in a sec as these troops move off scene. Right about, come on, right. I've reviewed and done this so much, I should know this by heart by now. Alright, there's the reports. So that was just beforehand. And then that's the city that was right above this one. It got a few deaths, not really that significant. It was a low power to begin with, so it doesn't really matter. Now that one city that I told you I skipped over because the video was too long, as you can see right where my head is, that's a report. So you got 28,000, you got 30,000, it gets bigger, 25,000, 129,000, 49,000, 266,000, and 23,000. No idea how much that is, but add it up, let me know in the comments if you want. Alright, so this is the duel sections. This is the whole reason I was participating in KE, wow, to begin with. Now, I've been requested right after that last city to help out and get people points. So I ported back to my city locations where I like to stay. And I was trying to fix the location marker, but kind of just gave up on it. Now, the person that's attacking me, their power is around 8 million, I want to say, and mine is 33 million. Now, in this fight right here, naturally, they got destroyed. So my Sun Tzu is level 60 and is expertised. And my secondary commander is also expertise. I think they're level 50, I'm not sure on that. And the army on the right is legendaries. So I gave two options to people so they could pick and choose. And at first, they had opted to attack my legendary, and I said that's not a good idea, attack the weaker one, and they did. And now, I told them to stop attacking solo in that last clip, and bring all their armies. So some movie magic happened, and they brought all their armies. Now, the reason I wanted to focus in on this is a lot of people think just because you're low power, it means that you can't contribute in a KVK or to your alliance. this is simply not true. You can help so much, and let this player or governor be the prime example of that. I'm just going to say 33 million power. They're approximately an 8 million power, right? Now, you may think that they can't do anything, but just look. My tech guarantee was much further along than them. Yes, it is a 1v4, and eventually, unless you're tier 5, everyone will lose. But this just proves a point that you can also contribute. Everyone can contribute. They're doing very well. They selected their commanders pretty decently, in my opinion, and they stuck to it. And it gets to the point where I think I might even lose it. I might not. You'll have to stick around to find out. But I'm also checking to make sure that I don't get any deaths, because I've got enough deaths for the day in between that one fight and the city hitting. It's just, I didn't want to take any more deaths. I think I lost around, I want to say, 150,000 troops overall. Not even in a day, within an hour or two. So as you can see, I become more selective on which ones I attack, because Sun Tzu is going to hit more, so I focus on them, so on and so forth. Now, hopefully, this commentary was done by request, so hopefully you guys are liking it so far. It is my first one, and I've had to redo this take about 3 times now, so please watch it till the end. I know it's a long one, but smash the like, subscribe please. It really means a lot and helps me out tremendously. Doing this is very time dedicated, so I appreciate everyone's support. See, now as you can see, even I'm struggling. It's to the point where I'm not sure if I'm going to win or not. Wonder if I should shave. Should I shave? Let me know, what do you think? Shave or not? See, I'm not laughing because I'm winning. I'm laughing because I'm happy and proud. It's nice to see people that are dedicated, that stick to their guns, that will really keep out the fight and keep going. So it's more of a thumbs up of approval more than anything. And this battle pretty much comes to a close, and we'll move on to the next battle here in just a moment. It's one of the perks of movie magic. It just, battle ends and slice it, and it just goes into the next one. See if I can do this right. Right here. Ha! I did it! So, this is my R5. He wanted a challenge to see how a Richard and Constantine would do. As I stated before, my Richard's pretty broken, and we'll get to that tier 1 right there in a moment. My Richard is approximately 3, 5, 4, 5, I believe, and my Constantine is 5, 5, 1, 1. My Richard is level 60. Alright, so the tier 1 right there. He's been like, being like, hey guys, if you want Lord of Lost to run away, just send them tier 1s. Yeah, well, a bit behind that. As you know, with a new update, that's not really so new. It tracks what kind of units you kill and how many. And none of us really want to have tier 1s on our count, right? Some people don't care and they just blow it up. Me personally, I try to only have tier 4s and tier 5s. With all the cities that I hit and everything, I wasn't paying attention, and that number skyrocketed. I got approximately, I want to say, 2 million-ish points in kills, and then I got a bunch of points for KE. Well, I figured he was gonna suicide those troops, because he was taunting me the whole time and messing with me in the Alliance chat going, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna come at you with those tier 1 troops. So I was like, okay. So he wasn't expecting me at all to come after him. He was probably expecting to chase me around a bit. Well, let's see how that ends up. And right around now, Box had mentioned how tanky my setup was. So I appreciate that comment. Thank you. And should fall right about now? Maybe? Possibly. There it goes. So this is that little surprise I had for him. See, watch when I pop out. He's like, thumbs up, good job. And then he's running away. He's like, oh god, he actually came after me. It was one of those. I guarantee you he wasn't expecting it. Guarantee you he was waiting for me to pop out again so he could chase me down. So, next battle, this is another player that just wanted some points to get the rewards, the bare minimum for KE. So I'm like, okay. And my secondary is expertised, and it's level 50. So, I mean, for this battle, it's pretty cut and dry. A one-on-one versus a Richard. I mean, it's clear how this one will end. Like I said, I'm not doing this to show off. I'm just doing it so you guys can have some content. And for those that are curious, it'll help you understand some duels and one-on-ones. I was asked for this commentary, so that's why I'm doing it. In the meantime, I do hope everyone's staying safe out there, especially in what's going on in the world right now. So hopefully my content can help with some of that boredom or those time fillers. That's the whole goal, is to do that and become YouTube popular, I guess. So I'm just doing it one step at a time. And I think I got the green screen pretty much working. Let me know what you guys think about that. Does it seem a little better? I hope it does. Excuse me. Sorry. Gotta admit though, this commander's holding out for quite a while. And no, done. Finished. Next. There we go. Alright, so next battle. Next battle I feel you guys will find pretty interesting. Hopefully. Alright, so this is one of the battles I was actually really interested in, because at the time I was the top power in the Alliance, and they were the second power to my knowledge, and I was really interested to see how a fight would turn out with them. So when I saw this, I was actually quite happy. little playing banter back and forth, and then she starts teasing me. She's like, "Ah, no, just kidding." I'm like, "What? What? What?" I was like, "What? What?" I'm like, "Yeah, there we go." And then we hashed it out. And I'm like, "All right, what'd you use as a secondary?" And I'm noticing the damage difference. I'm like, "Wait a minute." And then I see the Richard. I'm just like, so I message in Alliance chat, and I'm like, this is gonna be a long fight. And we're both like, yeah, it is. And it's like, yeah, what else you gonna do? There's not much else to do while you're waiting for KVK to show up. Power up, farm, duel, do events, right? Not much. So I started thinking to myself, I'm like, wish I had a better commander that wasn't just sustainability. And it's like, I don't know, it's just one of those things that you wonder. And whatever you do, don't look at my corn at the top, because I had 2 full hospitals. So remember that. Please take pity on me. I've gone through a lot of resources in the past. Not even 24 hours. Well, time of this recording, 24 hours. But what are you gonna do? And naturally, others will scout me and check me out and see what's going on. So now it's at this point I'm like, oh, I guess they're done, because they had mentioned before they just want to get some points. And I'm like, okay, it is what it is. And sure enough, the teasing's not done. Nope. She's like, nah, we're gonna keep going. So as you saw, my cursor goes off. I'm asking how many troops do they have, because I want to try a different commander out. And takes a few minutes for them to respond. And I didn't want to just attack them, so I wanted to wait. But then eventually I'm just like, mm. And again, I was waiting for a response. Didn't get one for a minute. Now, when you see me select my commander, you'll see me punch in a very specific number. That's the exact number of troops that she has. Now, also keep in mind when I'm doing this, when I go out, when I first start attacking, her health's going to seem a lot lower, but that's only because that I went back into a city and got a fresh army. So I started with that amount, so it appears my health is larger, and it appears that she's taken more damage. However, it's simply not true. A lot of people will know this, some won't. Again, it's a commentary. So that's the exact number of troops. I really got to get a new one of these. So like, look, put this up, and it's like, nope, I'm going right back there. So if you see me messing with it, that's why. And that's another player that wanted to join in. A lot of people are very courteous, so I thank you for that. A lot of people would ask permission. Hey, can I join in? Can I do this? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. The whole reason I dropped tag and put my troops out there was so anyone in the alliance could just have fun and go straight for my troops. But still, regardless, they were all very kind and very courteous about it. So, remember how I was saying I left my city with that amount of troops and she was damaged, so it showed that they were hurt more? Again, I returned to my city, I came back out, I had that set amount of troops. So it looks like I'm doing much better, but in reality, you want to look at those numbers, right? She's doing very well. So, for me, I give it the thumbs up. What do you think? Would it have been better to do Richard Alex or Alex Richard? Now keep in mind, my Alex is not maxed. I think it was, oh, it was 3-2-3-2. It was random. And this is where she had backed off and was like, you know what? I've got enough points. That's all I need. I'm good to go. A little more teasing, then she left.
Who calls the Lionheart?
And right about now, that commander right there, the governor, had asked, "Hey, can I attack you?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." And then I look at it and I notice it's Dragonlance. I'm like, "Hey, you might want to send some better troops, because I notice there's hardly any in there, and Dragonlancer's not really gonna do anything." And they're like, "Yeah, no, I just want to get it back to my city." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And so the fight begins. There's Box again, checking me out. So as you can see, doing 120 damage, me doing 4,000 plus. It's not really all that surprising. It's Dragonlancer, and there's hardly any troops. So, and
Who
movie magic
calls
to
the
next
Lion?
fight.
Who calls the
So
Lion?
this is not Kirby. Officer, also blah 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 blah. Also a officer of the Alliance. Now, at this point, I was messaging him, "Hey, hold on," because we were trying to get a large number of players together to attack me all at once. Because why not? They suffer less damage. They all get points. Less fights. Dense content. Well, Kirby is very fun and energetic, so he wanted to get another few jabs in.
Who
So now I came up with
calls
an
the
idea,
Lionheart?
right? Um, this was inspired by Lord of the Rings, when they're on the wall and all the orcs are coming up, and they're just like they're doing the stare off, and I think it's one of the older gentlemen releases an arrow and it hits one of the orcs. Well, that's the idea here. So it begins. as my as I get swarmed, just imagine my commander going. "Arr."
Who calls the Lionheart?
So now I'm like, ooh, I'm excited for this. Everyone's giving the thumbs up that they're ready, and then they wait
Who
for my thumbs up,
calls the
and I
Lionheart?
give the thumbs up, and it
Who
begins.
calls the Lionheart? Who calls the Lionheart?
You see, it's fights like these that I really enjoy. It really tests you, and yes, I'm a higher power, but so power really doesn't mean much in this. Um, does it have a deciding factor? Yes, but when it comes down to just numbers, not really. even though I've watched this recording probably 7 or 8 times, trying to edit things out, make it look nice and make it nice and crisp, it's still enjoyable to watch this. And you guys remember that T1 that was teasing me earlier? Well, he's right there. And I'm just making sure I don't get any more deaths, because as you'll see in a few minutes, it might not turn out so well. So it's at this point, it's like, you know what? I think I'm good. I should be able to handle it. I'm gonna check it anyway. But yeah, they make it interesting. Just when I think that they're done and they're like, you know what? I'm good. I'm like, hey man, thanks for the good time. I appreciate it. He's like, you know what? I'ma get you. This is payback for those T1s. Little do I know, reinforcements are coming. And I do want to thank everyone for staying this far. If you have watched this entire video, I greatly appreciate you. Um, it's taken a lot of time and effort, many redos, many retries. Recorded this multiple times. Um, it's not easy. So I appreciate your support. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It takes only a moment. Hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. And just, I guess, thank you. I mean, there's not much else to say other than thank you. And for everyone else that helped make this content what it is, and what I mean by that is the fights, the duels, so on, I appreciate it. That question mark was asking if they could join in. Now, you guys remember how full my hospital was a moment ago? Yeah, you remember that? The title isn't clickbait. That feeding frenzy began, man. They're like, hey, we can take them. Come on, get in here, help us. If you're in between KVKs and you're in a kill event, I would strongly encourage other alliances, other kingdoms to do this too. One, it helps people get experience in fighting. Two, it helps everyone get rewards. And three, it helps de-escalate things because tensions get high in between KVKs. So it's a good way to help out. Everyone has fun, hopefully, and you get to kill some time off. Now, I haven't checked my hospital in a while, right? Right next to that notification. Oof, hospitals are almost full. Boom! Fate changed. I'm like, ah, deaths! But there wasn't any. So, again, thank you.